Hey guys, I'm here with ShahZaM, who was definitely the MVP for this past Conquest game versus Team Liquid, where the underdogs Conquest came out and dominated, taking Liquid 2-0. So first thing I want to say is congratulations, ShahZaM, and I want to ask you about the map choice going in. You guys picked Train, and then Liquid picked Cobble against you. Looked like that might actually play to some of your strengths. How did you feel about that going in?
Yeah, we were actually pretty surprised about their cobble pick. We thought they would go straight for the overpass, which they're like historically really good at. The train pick, we prepared for. We knew what we were doing. We're pretty confident in our train. And then the cobble pick kind of surprised us because like historically we've been good. We haven't played in a long time. I don't know if they studied us, but there isn't a lot to show because we haven't really played it. But we know we're good on it, so I mean it just went our way. The map choice.
What about Train? You guys picked Train. Was that based on your win earlier in the best one online?
Not exactly, because that was like really early into the season. They just changed roster. It wasn't like really a founded team, but that train pick was because recent games they've been playing a lot of train against these European teams, and they've been losing. And we kind of had a really good idea what they were going to do, and it played to our favor.
That's nice. Well, initially on Train, it started pretty rough. You guys lost this round, then you went 0-6. Did you change anything? Like what happened to turn that thing around?
So the train match, that was actually like our worst T side we've ever played. But luckily we brought it back in the CT side. But we were down 0-6, and the thing is like we brought Stanislaw in, and not only did we bring him as he's a great teammate, but he's also a second brain to the team. Like the rest of us, we're fraggers, we do our role, but Stanislaw's really smart. He's like one of the smartest players I've ever played with. So Daps was like, I'm not really sure what to do. And Stanislaw just like, okay, let's do this, and started getting us rounds. And he did that on Cobble as well in the OT and stuff. So, like, really, really big credit to him. I'd say, like, I had a lot of kills in like, this best of three that were flashy, but Stan and Daps were definitely like the real MVPs. They put all the hard work in. Like, we knew exactly what Liquid were gonna do. We knew what to expect, and they changed some stuff, but generally we're like on the right page.
See, I was curious about that. Stanislaw is new to the team now that Rix has stepped away. Daps has been your in-game leader, right? And so is Stanislaw starting to take kind of a secondary role as maybe an IGL making mid-round calls? Is that his primary function?
Yeah, 100%. That's actually like half the reason we brought him in is because like I know I played with him on Tempo Storm. The rest of the guys didn't really play with him, but he is like a really smart player, and it's so good to have two brains. Like so, when someone runs out of ideas or like they're kind of predictable, then Stanislaw just comes in with like the outplay.
Yeah. What about let's step forward a little bit to the next map, where it was so back and forth. You even force it into an overtime, and then that ace. You're standing there, you're all alone, your team is completely dead. I was calling it. I'm like, oh, it's going to be an ace, but I was looking at the other team's perspective, and I didn't even realize that you're coming up from behind, just about to wreck them. What was going through your mind?
So I think Fugly got like a really sick 4K on my team through drop. We tried countering what they were expecting us to do. We kept going out upper B, so he said, all right, 4 of you go drop, and I'll just pick out upper B. So he got that spray down, and I got the first pick, someone peeking, that's okay. Someone ran towards me, lower brick, and I got a lucky Tech 9 kill. And I was like, okay, they're peeking me one by one. I have like a minute on the clock. I can kind of like pick them off. So I don't remember where I got the third kill, actually. But I just picked them apart one by one. They played that pretty bad, to be honest. Like in Pro CS, no one should ever win a 1v5. If they win a 1v5, it's not because of their good play. They just hit their shots, but it's because the other team played it wrong.
Yeah. So they kind of handed it to you with 1v1s, but still, I mean, it takes a lot of skill to be able to win those engagements. Anytime you do it, in theory, it's maybe 50-50, 60-40 situation, and yet you consistently came out on top right there. So that was absolutely awesome. That's the second time you did overtimes, though. Like let's step back a little bit. This isn't the only incredible performance you guys had. You went against Virtus Pro, which, I mean, let's face it, it's Virtus Pro. You guys are severely the underdogs coming in. This is your first time playing Virtus Pro as a unit, right? So you go into the overtime. I know you guys ended up losing that one. You looked disappointed yesterday. It was an amazing game. How do you really feel looking back at that?
So the map choice went exactly how we wanted to. We baited them into that train pick because they're really good at train, and we studied they train hard. Although our CT side, like we broke our economy, so it didn't go well. We had a really good T side, and it could have been a lot better. There were a lot of like messy rounds, and we still got 6 rounds T side. So losing that train was pretty disappointing for our CT side. And then we went on to Inferno, and Inferno was the map we picked. We studied on as well. We knew exactly they're going to pick train, we're going to pick Inferno, and so we were ready. 100%. We should have won that match. Like they props to them. They kept composure. That's where experience comes in. Like, when you're down 15-9 T side with no money, that's where the experience comes in to close the games. And like, we're still in your team. You got to give us time. It was really disappointing. It was like heartbreaking to like even get that in the OT, and then back and forth, back and forth. Like, you think like you lose a match like that, and you think every single mistake you made, every player's thinking like every single mistake you made could have just changed that match. And like, we're really confident going into Cobble against Virtus Pro. Like we were ready. We like Cobble. So it was so heartbreaking, but we knew that like we can't let it stop us because we really need to beat Liquid here. And
yeah, it was incredible play. I'm always rooting for the underdog, so I was so happy to see that happen. Now going forward, looking at all the teams that are still in it, who are you most concerned about?
Actually, Luminosity Gaming. LG is the one team that we can't ever beat. We played them so many times online in different leagues, and like they just counter us so well that like we would rather play like a Mouse or Virtus Pro again than play LG. To be honest, they're such a good team, and they're really familiar with us too, I guess. So
yeah, being in the North American region. I mean, you've taken maps off them before, though, right?
Yeah, we've had insanely close games. We actually had an Inferno game. We were up 15-9 CT side, and we lost out into OT and lost OT. Like the same exact thing. So they're just like another strong-willed team. So, yeah.
Awesome. Well, I mean, it was an amazing game to watch. Certainly the highlight of the games that I've seen here so far. And, I mean, it's wonderful to see North America being represented so well. So thanks so much, ShahZaM.